Number 2, people pleasing doesn't benefit you. Well, I will say when you start to stop people pleasing, people are going to have a problem with it. If you say no, they're going to be like, what you mean no? Or they're going to catch an attitude. You've changed. You're not the same. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be. You're supposed to change. But anyway, number 3, live your life for you. In other words, you don't have to follow the script given to you. A script is either given to you or you assume a script. Like, you're a character, and because that was given to you, you're following that, but that's not really who you are. So live your life for you. That kind of goes with the people pleasing. You need to live life for yourself. Some examples, well, we can get into that. There's this obsession with a lot of people about looking good externally, but not internally. I got a lot of people commenting on my outer appearance, but people weren't really asking me how I was internally. Because when I'm looking a mess, that's because I feel a mess. That's because I'm going through a lot. And sometimes it's hard for me to express that. But instead of being asked, are you okay? It's, you look like crap. Gee, thank you. Thanks a lot. No matter what people say, just live your life for you. Because if I was living the life that somebody else wanted me to have, I wouldn't be happy with myself. Number 4, what you tolerate teaches people how to treat you. Okay. What you allow, you're basically telling the person what they can get away with. So people treating you like crap and you're like, you easily forgive them, or you push it to the side because you tend to avoid conflict or whatever. They're like, okay, I can get away with that. Let me try this. Okay, I can get away with that. Let me try another thing. So whatever you continue to tolerate, they're going to keep trying you. If you don't want people to disrespect you, you got to put your foot down. When you do that, you're ready for comments that say that you're rude and disrespectful. Just saying. Get ready. Number 7, think before you speak. Okay? Sometimes people just talk without thinking. And then there are people who just like hearing themselves talk, and those people are annoying to me. Like, you're talking, but nothing you're saying is making sense. And you just like to hear yourself. But I don't want to hear you. But what I'm saying is, you need to think about what you're trying to say and how you want it to come off before you say it out loud. Because how you may have intended on it sounding might not be the way that it comes out. Number 9, process your thoughts. Do not project. Usually sometimes when people are saying stuff, they're projecting what they're thinking about themselves or about somebody, but it's not intended for you. Even though it feels like it is, it's really not. I feel like there is constructive criticism and projective criticism. Constructive criticism I actually like constructive criticism because it helps me. But if it's projective criticism, then I get annoyed. Then I don't want to hear that. Because sometimes people just say stuff and it's like, okay, where did that come from? Number 10, everyone enters your life for a reason. All right, we can get into this one. There are different types of people. What is the saying? A reason, a season, or a lifetime. And there have been some good people and some bad people, but they each taught me something. We have an example of a toxic person and an example of a positive person. So a toxic person, they taught me what not to tolerate and to address those triggers and to make sure that I know how to prevent people like that from entering my life again. People might say I'm harsh, how I'm so quick to cut people off. But it's not harsh. And we can get into that later. I don't play that. And a positive person, you learn from them as well. You grow with them. When you hang out with them, you feel recharged, versus with a toxic person, you feel drained. I don't know if you guys believe in types of energy, but yeah, I do. There's good energy and there's bad energy. And sometimes there are people called energy vampires, where they literally drain the energy from you. And especially sometimes just their presence drains you. Number 11, beauty is subjective. Now, I don't know if I'm going to keep it like that, but basically what I'm trying to say is, okay, so first of all, there's this general very outdated beauty standard where they expect you to have certain eye color, certain nose, certain lips, certain hair, and no. Because they try to make you feel ugly. They push certain beauty standards. Those are just trends. Do what works for you. Number 12, know your worth, then add tax. All right, so boom. It's funny how people will make you think that you're worth less than what you are. It's very interesting. They see that you're worth something, but they don't want you to know that. You do bring a lot of value. You're just at the wrong place. You're just with the wrong people. Number 13, work smarter, not harder. Don't work yourself to death. Don't kill yourself for a place that will replace you in a heartbeat. Okay? Don't wait to retire to enjoy your life. Enjoy your life while you still have it. Number 14, actions speak louder than words. Amen. Because you can say whatever you want, but I don't believe you until you show me. Because people can say whatever, but it don't mean nothing. Like, a lot of people use words that they don't really mean it. Or they'll make a promise, but they don't keep it. You could talk all you want, but if your actions aren't aligning with your words, then don't say anything. Don't talk to me. Number 17, therapy is for everybody. Now, what did most of us hear growing up? That's for crazy people. Or just pray on it. Yes, you can pray, but that's not enough. Therapy is great, and I think if therapy was more affordable for everyone, then more people would have therapy. But you know why it's not. Therapy should be a right, not a privilege, and I'll leave it there. This portion is sponsored by BetterHelp. No, I'm really tired of the BetterHelp ads. Stop it. Number 22, the only person that you need to prove something to is yourself. An example I'll use is I was called certain things that weren't nice. Let's say that, right? So then I would go out my way to prove them wrong. And it was motivating, but then looking back, I realized I shouldn't be motivated by proving somebody wrong. I should be motivated by doing what's best for me. So I stopped that. Trying to prove people wrong. I'm trying to prove it to myself. I don't care what these other folk are talking about. Number 23, try not to stress over what you cannot control. Girl, I'm still learning to do this. When I get stressed, it's not good. So I'm just learning what is worth worrying about and what isn't. Because I don't want to stress myself out over things that I can't control anyway. You can't control everything. Some things is just out of your hands. And I don't want to be controlling. I don't want to control everything, but I do want a general sense of what's going on. And sometimes not knowing stuff is scary, but you just gotta live with it. Because I've learned that and what long-term stress can cause, like it can actually cause physical and mental health problems, I said, okay, no, I gotta slow down. I'm hoping to get a massage because I really need it. Number 24, it is okay to ask for help. And that is something that I still need to work on, because sometimes, depending on who it is, they'll make you feel like a burden when you ask for something. So after a while, you just stop asking them. So that's why I don't really ask for help sometimes, because it's like, I don't want to hear your mouth, so I'll just do it myself. Not everybody will make you feel like that. And sometimes you do need to ask anyway, because if you can't ask them, but they always asking you, what does that say about that dynamic? Right? Is it one-sided? Then you need to reevaluate that. Number 25 to 25. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. So you can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely. Okay? But you can be alone and actually feel pretty good. Some people, they get afraid of being alone and because they have to be stuck with their thoughts. But I actually like to be stuck with my thoughts so I can process it and just face it and release it. When you're scared of being by yourself too long, you tend to end up in situations that are not good for you. Like people who are never by themselves, they might always be in a relationship, and sometimes when you do that, you're just with somebody just to be with them, just so you don't have to be by yourself. And that's not good. When someone's spending time by themselves, that's the first thing they want to attack. But it's like, that just says a lot about you, because you don't know what it's like to be alone, because you're too scared to be alone, because you feel like you need to be with somebody just so you don't have to be alone. See, that's what I was saying earlier about people projecting. Okay, so number 27, choose your battles. Sometimes somebody says something and you might want to tell them off real bad, but then you got to think about it and be like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because there are times people assume that I'm not that bright. Maybe because my age, or because I don't look my age. Maybe because I'm a woman. When people talk like they have to dumb it down, or when people mansplain things to me, that used to really get on my nerves. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let them have it. Let them have it. Let them assume what they want. Whatever. Sometimes you just let certain things go, but other things you need to stand your ground. That was last year when I made a video called Drawing SZA, but then someone put some profound comment about what art is and what art isn't and how I don't know about it. And it's like, first of all, how are you gonna say that? You don't know anything about me. Clearly you haven't watched my channel, because I draw by hand. Like, I don't need to trace, but in that one I basically did in Adobe Illustrator to do something quick. But I can draw by hand. So clearly you don't watch my content. And there are comments that I see that I don't respond to. Sometimes I'll just delete them. But with that one, I just felt like I had to respond. What you're not going to do is tell me that I don't know art when I've been doing art for most of my life. Like, come on. I'm j9illustrator. Get it together. Number 30, there is a difference between grudges and boundaries. Now, some people might try to say it's the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. Boundaries is something for you. It's a barrier to protect yourself. Like I mentioned earlier, I set that boundary. They don't listen to it, they don't respect it, then I'm no longer speaking with them. They are being cut off, they are being blocked. Now, sometimes the trash will take itself out. I don't care if we're family, I don't care if we're related. That doesn't mean that I have to like you. If you're a crappy person, you're a crappy person, family or not. I don't have to be loyal to somebody who's crappy. Are you serious? Some people you can love from a distance, like you don't hate them, you don't dislike them, but they're just not what's good for you. And other people you just block off completely. They don't need to be a part of your life at all. And again, that goes for friends, family, everybody, every single person. She's calling me. I have to go. Thanks for watching. Bye.